Good evening. My name is Tracy Jones, and I'm doing a survey based upon juveniles in the criminal justice system. The purpose of this survey is to probably find solutions on what would help the children of our community. One of our main goals is why juveniles continue to come into the system overflowing. I have posted about 7 questions online on between Facebook and Yahoo for people to ask us, and I'm also asking for some people to call inside or to email me at whitewolffeather@yahoo.com. That is whitewolffeather@yahoo.com on solutions in solving our problems with juvenile. The first question I have today is, have you ever been arrested as a juvenile, and what was the age? By looking at the statistics of what the poll has reported on my laptop, I have 75% of the people who've been polled have been arrested as a juvenile. The second question I had asked was, what was your experience like when you was first arrested? Many other people have pretty much the same observation. They got arrested, they went home, and some of them usually came back into the system because it really didn't do anything to them, it didn't help them. Some kids learned more negative behavior by being locked up in the system with other juveniles, which led to harsher drugs. Whereas the child was coming in for marijuana, they learned how to sniff paint, they learned how to use coke or to deal with handlebars or the pot pills or homemade remedies onto making drugs. Whereas the child was in there just for stealing from a candy store, and they learned how to steal from school or from other people by breaking and entering into habitats or schools or people's pocketbooks. The third question was not an open-minded question. An open-minded question is a question where a person they can give their own answer, and you can get better survey with an open-minded question for the simple fact that if basically 100 people say the same thing, then you can boil it down to what is the problem solution. You can get directly to the root of that problem. My third question was, did you feel that the system had treated you unfairly? This is a closed mind question. My answers were A, fairly, B, not fair, C, both, or D, did not care. About 85% of the children who have answered the people who answered this question, D, they did not care. Meaning that it didn't bother them, they or yet are being arrested inside the juvenile. But there was a small percentage of children who for their first time being locked up away home from their families and from their friends and from their schools and from their community showed that was a good experience for them, to the fact that they would not re-enter the system. My fourth question is, how many times have you skipped school? One of the bases of a juvenile starts by skipping school. First they skip school, they're disobedient to their family, and the answers was mostly about 45% of the people that took this poll online have skipped school weekly, meaning that they just didn't come to school, they didn't have any reasons. My fifth question was your family aware of you skipping school? About 75% of them said their family had no knowledge that they had skipped school. 25% of them said their family had, because of the tickets that they now give here in Texas. When the kids miss a certain amount of schools, they get phone calls, their family get tickets ranging from $100 to $500 if they are paid. And some parents find out by being arrested because of the tickets or because of them getting in the mail or from the phone calls. So that was a deterrent for some children, but the penalty needed to be a little bit greater and a little bit higher, I would assume. My sixth question is, when you look back into what you have done as a juvenile, how has the criminal justice system changed your way of thinking? And we'll go to the callers right now. We should have some people calling in. The number that you can call at is 281-555-1549. Okay, caller, I have you online, but we're going to put you on speaker right now. Go ahead, sir, because I would like my audience to hear where are you from and what is your concern?
I'm from Houston, Texas.
Okay.
And I saw your information online. One of the questions you asked was, when was you first arrested?
Go ahead. When was the first time you got arrested?
I think I was about 14 years old.
Okay. What was the nature of the crime?
Aggravated robbery and auto theft.
Okay. What was the reason of you doing that crime?
Well, me and some guys that actually found what we called back then a Saturday night special, a 22. We didn't have anything to do with it, and another guy had a stolen a car, so we decided to just hang out and act like we was like robbers. I mean, it was more for kicks than money.
Okay. When was the first time that you skipped school? Have you ever skipped school?
Yes.
And how many times were that?
I'd skipped school quite a few times. But I enjoyed school, so I didn't really skip school that much. But the only time I got caught skipping school was once.
Okay. So, was your family aware of your criminal behavior before you got arrested?
No.
Okay. And in your opinion, how has or what could the criminal justice system do to deter or to help the youth of today? Here in 2011, what is your suggestion for the young people who are still out there committing crimes and for the juvenile justice system in deterring crimes? What is your suggestion, sir? Go ahead.
Well, first of all, I have to say that every situation is different. But in some things, I don't think the criminal justice system can correct, because a lot of people come from dysfunctional families, and that breeds criminal juvenile delinquents. But what the criminal justice can do, rather than putting the children away or putting young people away for the rest of their lives where they are exposed to more criminal activities, I think they should have alternate programs, more alternate programs.
Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you for your call, and I appreciate you calling. Now, in talking with this man from Houston, he suggests that because of the dysfunctional family is the reason on why juveniles are entering into the criminal justice field. We are products of our environment. We are surrounded by a negative and positive thing. It is up to the environment to help raise that child, the family, the community, the schools, and the church. But if they're all not working in together simultaneously, then how does that child succeed? Is the criminal justice system failing the juveniles in this society? Some may say yes, due to the lack of programs, due to the lack of funding, due to the lack of placements. Have the juvenile justice system helped some children? Some will say yes, they have, because of the programs, because of the care in which they provide, or the family programs in which they offer. From helping a child get their GED, to providing a child living assistance by living in a home, to open up doors of going into the community as far as going to college or going into the military. The basis of this survey is to ensure a sure factor in helping, solving, preventing more crimes done by juveniles. Texas holds the highest rate of juveniles on death row today for committing crimes as aggravated robbery with a deadly assault to murder from rape. One of the biggest problems that we have here in this society is that the juveniles are overlooked in some instances. They are thrown behind bars or they are thrown out in the street. Once a child reaches 18 in CPS custody, where are they to go? What are they to do? They go back to what they know. They go back to their criminal activities, to their low-income neighborhoods. Is the government helping? Yes, the government is helping. But could the government do more? Yes, the government can do more. My suggestion is that for us as a community, we need to be a little bit more coming outside, so to speak. I mean, we need to get to know our juveniles inside our neighborhoods. We need to be a little bit more supportive. Parents need to put more time into their children than putting more time into work. We need to come outside into society, into the street, and we need to play. We need to make our environment, our neighborhoods, our schools safe for our children. In order for to have productive children, you have to put positive things inside their lives. We need to cut off the televisions and the radios, and we need to go out and have family time. If a child does not have a father, then the man in the neighborhood needs to step up and be the father. If the child does not have a mother, then someone in that community can step up to be a mother. If the child is hungry or needs food, someone in the community could help that child. We need to go back to the old way. This is 2011. There is no excuse at this point in time for people to use on why they cannot help. After all these years of helping each other, we need to go back to the old way. Thank you, and I'm Tracy Jones.